Check, check. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys. Yeah, good morning there. Good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you are. This is Practical again. Welcome back to another stream. Yeah. I don't have IMs today. I only have earbuds. um, and it's good. I could take a rest, and I can also do some reviews. Particularly my backlogs. I do have some backlogs in there. But let me just share my link here and yeah. So yeah, it's probably gonna be a short yeah, like maybe a short stream today. Depends on what topic or how, not how, but where we would reach. But yeah, always depends on you guys if you know, ask questions and topic gets deeper or something. Okay. I'm just sharing my stream for now. Bear with me. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think I'm done. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna try the X6 here. I listen to earbuds every day. Every day. Oops. I have my I listen to case earphone. Case earphone K64. I listen to that every day. I use that when I like before I sleep. I watch videos. Why can't I see? Oops. There we go. So yeah, I'm excited to try this. I actually got this. When did I get this? I think I got this like after I did my stream last Sunday, but you know, I feel like it's I feel like it's fun doing first impressions on the stuff that I get. I am getting the Harrier, the Jizzer Harrier, so I'm excited to do my stream on that. Hopefully it will arrive this week. No, yeah, this week, hopefully. JTIS is also, he said he's going to send me the Orchestra 2, the Mega 7, and what's the other one? I think it's the Hercules or something. But yeah. Yeah, and I need to return all the stuff in here back to Mark, and I'm also gonna make the YU9 audio. Yeah, the YU9 is pretty good, but it does really make me it makes me it makes me it's like It's like it really is giving me the supernova vibes. No, not supernova. Yeah, 7 acoustic supernova. Like very smooth, and I actually had to EQ and increase the gain there around 3K. Um, but like maybe, I don't know. For me, the vocals are a little bit thicker. I feel like if the gain does not really have like a 3K peak, vocals sound warm just because it shows it not really shows, but kind of like it gives an elevation there, or like shows the elevation in the bass and everything. Um but nonetheless, it's like 499. I think that I put that in my recommendation list. Yeah. How much is that? Really, is this an S though? I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's in my recommendation. It's good, but it's not really S. All right. I am just gonna try out the X6 here. So, yeah, you may have tried this already. You may, cause it's very like these are very cheap earbuds, dude. Like $5 or I don't know how many dollars. So, oops. So I've got some foams in here. It's very simple. But I chose the red and gold cable. I also and some donut foams in here and clips. That's it. Bought them on AliExpress. I actually, it's not that I prefer, but there are times that I prefer the sound of earbuds. So compared to IMs. So the cable is nice, but I'm thinking in the long run, this is going to start to have its own memory. So but with earbuds, sometimes they also change. I don't know if you believe in burn-in, but I think it's more noticeable with earbuds than IMs. Because I did feel that with the K64, when I first tried it, I felt like the treble was a little bit harsh. And then after like, I don't know, a week, couple of weeks, or a month, you can say it's brain burning, but I haven't heard that peak again. So like, and then I also listened to like other neutral stuff. So I mean, like theoretically, I'm supposed to hear the peak again if my brain forgets, but so it's either burn-in is real or just the brain is really good at remembering or registering information. You know what I mean? So either. Okay. So I'm just putting on the foams here. One of the most difficult task in this hobby, putting on the freaking foam on an earbud or a flathead. If you know, you know. It's either you're successful or you're gonna start tearing it. It needs precision and accuracy. Alright, so I'm done with that. And it's just an MX500 shell, so it should be okay. Um, let's see. I'm actually expecting it to be more balanced. Um, yeah. Let's do some test tracks here. Do I have some test tracks? Yep. All right. Matchbox 20 by no, Unwell. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's very natural sounding. Okay. Nice detailed retrieval. It's very natural, yeah. This is very yeah, it has a little more bass than the K64. Okay, let me just show you here. The reason why I bought uh the reason why I bought this X6 in here, it's because it's partly because I think it's one of my streams where I was looking for graphs, and then um I came across Mark's, you know, earbud something here. And so he has got the graph of the K64 because I listen to this almost every day. So this is how it's graphed. You have the file in here, which is really really warm. I have the iris. Um, and then I came across the X6 right there. Which is, let me just remove the file in there. Yeah, which is close. It's really close to how the K64 sounds. But with a little more bass in there. So, and I thought like, wow, this is interesting. And I feel like it sounds more balanced. But I'll have to again listen to it more. Treble is good, man. It's so natural sounding. All right, let's try playing God in here. So far, instruments sound natural, and as expected of an earbud, they're most likely, you know. Yeah, very natural sounding. Yeah, that's all I can say. It doesn't really have a lot of bass, which surprised me because I thought it's gonna be as warm as the iris, like with, and even with the Apple Polar Night. Is it Polar Night? Yeah, because I have the Polar Night in here. I use that when making my videos, because it's easier to put on, and the cable does not really tangle. So I have my Polar Night, Snowy Night. Is it Polar Night? I think it's Polar Night. um, yeah, because a Polar Night has an MMCX connection and it has like an IM cable, which is very easy to manage. If I have this rubbery cable in here, they would tangle a lot. So I thought it's gonna be, like, looking at the graph, I thought it's gonna be warmer, but I feel like it's more balanced still. A little bit, I feel like it's balanced. With the K64, it's, I don't know, like, maybe I'm just biased. I still feel that the K64 sounds a tad more neutral, or maybe I'm just really, really used to it that I have that bias in me. Um, but even with that, like, how many bass is that? Like 5 dB of bass. It's not really a lot, and I feel like it has very good, well extended treble in here, as you can see there. It's just very well extended. I feel like this is very balanced, almost neutral, kind of like still leaning in the bright actually. Let's try get lucky here. Yeah, it's I think it's a very good balanced sound overall. It's not even bassy. Or maybe I was just listening to, or my mind is still locked to the Polar Night. Oh, hello there. All right. Are you still listening to Taylor Swift, and you too? I hope you moved on from there. Otherwise, yeah, I still listen. Um, but not really constantly. It's just it's in my playlist. Um, and I don't know how old you are. Maybe I look young, but I'm 38. I've got the Asian genes. Yep. Probably you're older. I'm thinking you're older. With that kind of tone, I'm pretty sure you're older than me. Cause you're listening to other stuff. It's just my generation. I was born, not really born. I grew up listening to the MTVs and with all those genres, you know. Taylor Swift was even late, but like Incubus and just different stuff on MTV at that time. And I listened to older songs too, like um uh ooh, man, like Sunday music. Like my parents would just play different songs from the Carpenters or Nora Jones, Air Supply, stuff like that. I like listening to those because it's very nostalgic and very, you know, I reminisce those times, like Sunday music, and my parents just play like Carpenters on the radio, Air Supply, and oh, Michael Learns to Rock. Wow, yep, yep. That's definitely that is true. That is true. But partly music is a personal thing, like you can't, and that's again, it this is coming from me, right? Like My parents, if my parents didn't like play those Air Supply Carpenter song, I probably wouldn't know about them, right? Because always your household. Music starts in your household. So, and it might be the same situation as you, right? Or also influence from friends and, going back to, so I'm listening to Daft Punk in here. Get Lucky. All right, let's try Ego Death in here by Polyphia. Oh man, the guitars are so good on this. I feel like this has more extended treble than the K64. I just feel like there's more good balance, but I could be wrong. I have the EB2S. Does he have the EB2S Pro though? Like, I'm pretty sure these are bright. Nah, it's not my thing. That is flat. Wow. So I also have the Serratus, actually. Which is... Where's the Serratus? Yeah, I feel like the Serratus sounds more V. It really does. It also sounds more like impactful in the bass. Probably it's because of that vent in there. Because the Serratus has a vent, or like a hole or something that makes it hit harder, I guess. Totem. These are brighter. I know Will Sound. Will Sound used to be like a lot, like 3 years ago. Like a lot of people get the Will Sound, and I think these are like, I forgot how much are these. I think they were like $100 or something. Yeah. Oh yeah, not $135. And it's pretty close to the Yincrow actually. Oh, no, let me see that. So yeah, probably the Will Sound just sounds fuller. Which is interesting. I might actually get one. I don't know if he's still active though, but RW9, $20. Man, I don't want to go back to the rabbit hole. Wait, this is interesting. The RW9 and the Will Sound is actually very, very compatible. Very, very close. Yeah, I feel like these are good balanced sound, and when it comes to neutrality, I think the K64 still has it. Maybe again, I'm just probably just biased, you know. Um, yeah, let's try some K-pop here and Maria Takuchi, Plastic Love. This is nice. I probably know why now. I feel like the K64 is just more vocal forward, and I feel like yeah, I feel like I still gravitate to that kind of sound, and it looks like that on graphs too. It's just there's more. How do I say? No, it's not the K64. Where's the K64? Let's remove this one here. Remove this one, and yeah, there's more energy in there. But then again, the X6 is it is more balanced sounding. Man, I feel like I prefer earbuds than headphones. But just for me, earbuds really are like even with compared to IMs, maybe I'm just lucky because I can fit MX500 shells just fine, but yeah, I feel like earbuds are it's just different. I feel like I go like just about natural presentation and stuff. I feel like earbuds has got it. I mean, sometimes they can be tonally wrong, like the Serratus. They are a little bit, yeah, they're bright, and it. But most of the earbuds I've tried has been the Monks too. Oh my god, why did I even buy that? I bought the Monks Slim Metal, and they were like, yeah, they're just treble. I remember that. It's just sitting somewhere. I feel bad. Not really. Like I bought that when I was in Japan, and oh man, it was just treble. Yes. It has a very good soundstage too. I'm trying to look at what's the new binary EP321? I don't know. Binary. I forgot what that one is. Oh, there it is. EP321, right? I'm wondering if they have some graph in here. Because I think Andy has reviewed it. Is there a graph? Oh, there is a graph. Huh. Oh man. Okay, so let's can I zoom? Let's Yeah. It's interesting because they have the mems, right? They have the mems driver. Um so it looks like, let me just count how many dBs is this. Start from 0. Really? No, that's 2. 5, 10, like 15 dB of bass. It's very V-shaped. And then it has a like a 2.8, 2.5, or 3K gain, 3K gain. It has a dip, a coupler peak. I'm not sure if it's a peak. And yeah, it looks fine on graphs because I don't know, because Andy, I have not seen Andy's review. I'm not sure also if I'm getting the 321. There, no one seems to have a graph of it. But the way his title says is it says like it's bright or something. You know what? Let's watch together. Why not? Check, check. All right. I can hear myself. Wait. I'm not sure if you can hear this, but can I hear? No, 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 no. Wait. All right. I'm just watching, guys. No, I actually watch Andy's reviews. Um, I'm not sure if you're following him. So like when I started audio, like before I started reviewing, Andy was one of the few to um he was very adamant on not doing YouTube. His reviews were long. He has that kind of and then he started like even before that he hasn't started dongle reviews at that time. Um yeah, and we've had some chat too, and it's, you know, And so I just sometimes we share the same thoughts on like a certain IM. Sometimes it's just Andy, you know, like it's probably impotence. It's probably the memes. They're probably impotence sensitive, or I don't know what it does. Because again, it's I think it's the first. I don't know. There were he is Malaysian, yeah. I think he, yeah, because I think the memes in here, it does require a lot of power. I've heard. It's like ESTs, but just demands a lot of power. And I've actually tried the. Where is it? I have that one. So the Air Pro Plus. Um, so I'm going to review that too, but it does exhibit that kind of, yeah, it's almost like planar stuff. Mm-hmm. So it means like the X-Mems just break, right? I don't know if they break with high power or if I don't know. The yeah, that's what more yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. I mean I saw the graph too. So the graph looks like this. It does resemble the Dyna Quattro, I guess. Yeah, it seems like they follow the Dyna Quattro. It's like the Dyna Quattro and then they just stuffed in the memes in there. Yeah, because this one's like what's the how many, so 1 DD, passive radiator, and 3 BA, right? How about the Dyna Quattro? I think it's one oh 4. Oh yeah, it's 4. I forgot about that. It's 4. And then with the passive radiator too. Yeah, the graph looks like this in here. It does look like the Dyna Quattro. It resembles at least that one in there. Plus the mems. I don't know though where the bright is coming from because at least from the graphs it doesn't really look a lot. But I feel like it's just mems doing its thing. Because when I have the I have the Air Pro Plus. Where's the this one here? That is too much, dude. This guy here is too much trouble. It's like it's more than the base. It's more than, yeah, and it. Oh, that's interesting. It feels like, yeah. So it's probably just memes doing memes. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hmm. Yeah, memes. It's not really like a treble driver per se, but it seems to be that it behaves like a planar, so it's like faster or something. So it's better if it handles, because again, with DDs and other like BAs, they have a certain threshold, right? Like, and if um so for example, with DDs, you would notice that maybe after 10,000 kilohertz, they start to break and they start to distort. Just, you know, um but some BAs, they're still stable after that. Planars, um they're still able to vibrate without distortion, but you need to control them because they can go on and on. And I think MEMS is the same thing. But I think this technology has been there before already. Like, I think, if I remember correctly, I think MEMS were, I mean, they're used in microphones mainly, um, to capture what, like, to capture voices and I don't know, just capture air. But recently, it's been used, for like transducers. So it's not really like a new technology. It's new technology for IEMs, but I think MEMS has been there. It's just that, yeah, I think it's used in a different industry. But yeah, when I first tried it with the Air Pro Plus, I just feel like it behaves very, very close to like a planar. I think he likes it, but the way his title says, like, not safe tune, not sorry, I don't know. So I was wondering if he likes it or not. Um, but I was kind of like expecting it to behave this way, but just looking at the graphs, I didn't feel like it was too bright. But my main concern about this one here is the coherency of timbre, because I mean there's a I'm pretty sure the bass on this is very good, and then the mids, there's BA, and I feel like from a rich sounding bass, lower mids, and then going to the highs, it's there's gonna be like a little bit of incoherency in timbre, like a little bit of disconnect, like especially if you, I don't know, I'm just at this point I'm just assuming, but I'm imagining hitting the ride. So the ride actually extends like even lower than 100 hertz and all the way up to past 10K, I guess, depending on where you hit the ride. But I'm thinking, yeah, that the ride might probably sound like a crash. I don't know, but yeah. The shells look good though. It's like, and I think it's filled resin. It looks good. Reminded me of Blessing. Oh, that's interesting. That's the thing I noticed about the mems though with the Air Pro Plus 5. I feel like I know they are bright, the Air Pro Plus. I know they're bright, I know they're boosted, but um they're not as spicy as plain or bright. Like say for example the Dioko. Where's Dioko? Right, Dioko is like bam. Um Dioko is like a lot of peaks in there, and sometimes it's just unbearable. But with the X mems, they're yeah. Are you able to hear Andy talk? By the way, can you? I don't know how to, but maybe you can. Let me know if you can't hear Andy. Oh, you can't hear Andy, huh? Okay. Um, let me just. All right. Let me just. Um, I think. I don't know, man. Oh. I'm gonna find that out later. I'm not sure, but yeah. Pretty sure it's just here. So I got the mic going on here. I've got the should be desktop audio though. Properties. I'm not sure. It uh, Is it through here? I don't know. Let's.
For monitoring and mixing purposes.
I'm not sure. Let
And
me
the
know if
lower
you're
frequency,
able to
this
hear
is
him.
where I love this thing so very
Oh, I
much.
think you can
Remember
hear
I
him
mentioned
now.
earlier, binary acoustic has already released something which
Maybe
is very
too
special,
loud. I
like
don't know.
binary acoustic Dyna Quattro 4 dynamic driver. You can expect the same thing here. I love it. I absolutely love it because it starts with the kind of presentation of the low frequency, which is like very immersive, engulfing,
Yep.
punchy, commanding. You will never miss the presence of the lower frequency of this because especially if you subject listening to like rock and metal music, which has a lot of, let's say, this kick drum, snare drum, or even, let's say, string bass, you're gonna hear every each of the sound note of the lower frequency aspect from the mid bass all the way to the sub bass being very prominent.
I expected it to behave this way because of the passive radiator. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if you guys have tried passive radiators, but with any passive radiators I've heard, I feel like, especially if they do the bass well, it's not too much. Like there's not a lot of mid bass. It's they do bass really good. Like there's just that added extra dimension to it.
But the best part is that despite being prominent, despite being dominant, it does not bleed into the lower mid-range and it does not interfere with the rest of the sound frequency. It is in fact fast, tidy, and very clean, and it retains the very reason why you want to use.
Phoenix called for 50. Are they worth getting? Phoenix Call though is a little bit weird. It has an acquired. Definitely, it's what I like about the Phoenix Call is at first when I first tried it, it has this. It has a character to it, and the stage is deeper. Yes, the volume has passive radiator. Um, so the thing about the Explorer is, um, it's also a really warm set. And for me, maybe this is just coming from people who've heard many sets, but it does have a character in a way that, say, for example, you are, I don't know, following chords or just practicing in general, like practicing guitar or something. They're really good. At least for me, they're really good. Um, but yeah, that is valid. At least you know your preferences. You may prefer a little more treble. You already have Relentless. Yeah, man. But 50 though. I think you look at the graph of the let's look at the graph of the Phoenix Call in here, and it's just weird. I know. Look, the Relentless actually looks better. So, um, but for 50 though, I still have my Phoenix Call. I just don't listen to it. It's not that I don't listen to it because it's bad. It's just that there's just really too many sets that I have. I'm thinking of just maybe just doing a giveaway. Um, yeah. But giving away from the US is a little bit more tricky. It's expensive. I ship in dollars. It's crazy. Uh, if I were in Japan, it would have been easier. It's cheap to send from Japan because they have enough buying power. The yen has enough buying power, and at the same time, it doesn't really. It's not a lot. Yeah. In the US, you have the buying power plus it's expensive. Imagine. So, do you know Hobby Talk? I think I talked about this before. So, he sent me some stuff to try. I think it was the Australia. Does he get Australia? I forgot. But yeah, or maybe. And so I had to pay like, I don't know, like 50, $60 just to send to Canada. Yeah, I know. And sometimes like I ship all over the US and it would cost me like $8 like that, but just $60. That's only going to Canada. How much more if I send like if I someone wins from Asia or something? I'm pretty sure that's going to be more expensive. Um but going back, Phoenix called for 50. I mean, you can try. You know what? The best way to do this hobby, the best way to do this hobby is actually to learn how to let go. I know it's hard to leave this hobby because there's always this new stuff, and if you don't delete the Facebook groups, so you have to learn how to let go. What I mean by that is, like if you feel like you don't like a set, just sell it again. That's the way to do this hobby. This is me. This is coming from a reviewer that has like, dude, 100 sets sitting in here, and I only listen to like, I don't know. Or maybe it's just really the nature of what I do that I don't have time to listen to, but still, like, you only have two ears. Probably keep a maximum of, I don't know, 10 maybe, or 5. Yeah, exactly. So, right. So, when I first started this hobby, I started with um just collecting different tonalities. So, I had a V-shaped, I had a warm set, um planar, neutral, reference, stuff like that. Um yeah, I think 7 is too. Yeah, it's already a lot. Um yeah. S- So, yeah, learn to let go. Yeah, that's just the way it is. And the thing about that is you also, if you keep the IMs longer now, their value is going to decrease just because of the rate of this industry is crazy. Your IMs, like if, say for example, like Moondrop releases a very good sounding set for $300, right? And maybe in the first week it's still, maybe you can sell it for like 290 and stuff, but it really depends on what other companies are releasing. So for example, Moondrop released something and then there's like Dunu 142 for 250. Now the value on that $300 will go down significantly, so you can't keep them really longer unless you really like them. Um yeah, and it's really fun. Have you seen Jay's video about like spending, how much you spend on IMs? Like I forgot, like, but I think I watched it yesterday or the other day. Um but yeah, if I were, okay, let's start here because these are different price ranges, right? And these are just basing from what I heard. So from the sub $60, if I can keep only one in here, sub 60. So this is my list in here. This is interesting. So if I can only keep one, we have the KZ Zenith, the Clean, the Tanya DSP, Truth Airgate, Pandamon. Yeah. This is hard. Yeah. Even if it's just like texts in there. But thinking of it though, I think I'm actually I'm actually going for the Zenith in here. If I have to keep one, I think I'm gonna keep the KZ Zenith. It's I'm not sure if you trust KZ, but this is a very good, a very well tuned set. Yeah, like that. It's just so well done. Not quite, but like that downward treble in there, phew, so natural sounding. So I'm keeping the Zenith if I have to keep one. For 61 to 120, it's definitely the Juno Kima 2. So again, there is a consistency here, like single transducers or like single like DDs, they seem to be better with coherency. What I mean by that is like from the bass until the treble, you always have this, like it's just natural all throughout because our ears are also trained, not really trained, but we're used to um like even with speakers, like are there any like maybe there are hybrid speakers, but speakers are usually just single transducers. I mean, there is sub bass and there's like these tweeters, but mostly dynamic drivers. There are no BAs in speakers. So it's like our ears are more accustomed to dynamic drivers, right? And so yeah, the Juno Kima 2, the Explorer is a close second, but if I have to choose, it's probably the Juno Kima 2. Um, hmm. Singulo and EN 500 Zenith. Really? Yeah. Dude, like this graph in here, like, oh man, it's the Zenith is actually very good. I mean, it just for me. And in the 120 to 250 category, if I have to choose one, man, this is hard. Um, I have not released my review yet, but I think it's going to be the EPZ P50. Yeah, I'm thinking of giving it like a perfect score, but I mean the Let's Shower STL 2024 is also very good, like very good balanced sound. They're not neutral; they're very good balanced sound. Like for music indulgence, it has enough bass, it has good mids, a little bit sparklier treble, and there it's colored. It's a colored sound. And if I want to listen to music, it better we like coloration. That's how you enjoy stuff. It's not fun to listen to like flat or something, but the lecturer is a very good balanced sound. But the EPZ P50 is neutral or reference. It is reference sound. Um Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick the EPZP50. Yeah, the Kima 2 is for me better than the Explorer. The Explorer just has that quality to it. That if I feel like, I don't know, like it has a character to it. It's just that very warm sound. And then in the 251 to 499, I don't know. There are more coming, but um it's gonna be hard here. Wow, the Studio 4s, I really like it. The Performer 8, the Rockies also. Um man. Dude, this is hard. Oh man. I like the Pilgrim. Uh I can't choose. Oh man, so let's see here in the honorable mentions. BD definitely not. 242 not. Man, I'm torn between the Volume S and the Rockies and the Pilgrim. Studio 4 is a very nice reference. But again, reference sound really does not engage as much. And when we're listening to music, it's indulgence, right? It's like watching a film or eating ice cream. It's oh yeah, I know. Um God, you know what? I'm gonna go to the Volume S, or no, the Pilgrim. Man, dude, I can't choose. The reason for that is although the Rockies is really good, um, it's just a little bit too forward. The treble is well done from the ESTs, but it is a little bit brighter, and I feel like the Volume S, I get more listening time. Like if you want music indulgence, it's probably between the Pilgrim and the Volume S. Oh man, I can't choose. Yeah, I'll do the Pilgrim. I mean, the Volume S is very close. I still prefer the treble on the Volume S over the Pilgrim. Oh man, I can't choose. I don't know. Maybe I can't. Maybe both. Pilgrim or Volume S. They're both good, dude. Like I can't go wrong with either, really. It's hard. Um the reason I said maybe just a Pilgrim is because sometimes the mid bass on the Volume S is they they can be too warm, and I feel like the Pilgrim has more balance. But then again, the treble on the Volume S is just so natural sounding. And then in here, 500 to 1000. Oh, wait. I think I lost my battery. Alright, am I back? I think I am. Alright. Yeah, the APZ 5050. Why? What seems to be the problem with your AliExpress shipping? They ship slow though. They ship slow. Now for the 500 to 1000 in here, I haven't really curated this price point here. Lesson learned: keep 2 cheap sets and 4 expensives. uh, um yeah. You know what? I really like the Oracle. And I think they discontinued it. But again, I haven't really curated this much, but from memory, this Akastune HS177SS in here, I still remember that sound. It's a single DD, dude. I really like that. Um or the Duno SA6 Ultra too. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? The Duno SA6 Ultra is also very good. Um the Ultra is the limited edition, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it still. The Dawn X was on sale for 900 bucks, which was crazy. I really like the Dawn X, dude. It was on sale for like 900 bucks. It's crazy. I still I have the Cadenza 12. Um yeah, and the diminishing returns here is just it's just I have the Cadenza 12 here, and you know what? Like, even if that is expensive, it doesn't really mean it. They sound good for me. They really are. Um, but you know, so it doesn't mean like expensive stuff. You listen to it every day or something. It still has very good treble. Um, but the Dawn X has better value, I guess. It's yeah. Oh, really? I know. Dude, I really like both. Um and that's why it's the Volume S is also really special. But the thing is, if I were to play drums, I would, yeah, if music, Elysian Pilgrim, drums, Volume S. Like music plus drums, it's the Volume S. If you don't have the EA1000, but right now I use the EA1000. Um the reason for that is the Volume S, I don't have the chance to use Volume S a lot because this was a loaned set. Okay, so I don't own the Volume S. The Volume S also has a passive radiator, and I think when I reviewed the Volume S, I didn't have my electric drums yet, but I'm thinking it would function the same way as the EA1000. So I use the EA1000 for practicing drums because of the passive radiator. So I feel like if you wanna, cause I think you wanna buy electric drums, right? I think you're good with the Volume S in there for practicing. It has enough mid bass. The passive radiator just works fine. Um, it doesn't have boosted treble, so rides and cymbals they're gonna sound natural. So yeah, and Pilgrim is just it's okay. I mean, it's good, but again, when playing drums, that passive radiator is because again, when you are listening to or like practicing a track, the passive radiator is able to capture the kick drums. It's just easier to follow kick drum patterns with that ion with passive radiator. So yeah. So I'm probably gonna I only own the Cadenza 12 in here. The other ones are just borrowed. the FX17. So yeah. Um. So next week I'm gonna have the Jizz Ear Harrier. The Jizz Ear Harrier. Let me track that. Where is it now? Oh, because I think they shipped it to me already. I think I received like a tracking number. How are you liking the Volume S, Ren? November 30. When is... Oh, it just departed today? Oh man, hopefully I get it this week. Oh, it is... Estimated date of arrival December 19. This is like Christmas Day. Well, it's okay. So, but yeah, I'm expecting the Mega 7 this week, and the Orchestra 2, Kiwi Ears Orchestra 2. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about that set. It's an all BA. So yeah. Orchestra 2. Let's see if... Kiwi Ears Orchestra 2. Yes, I noticed that too. I noticed that too with the Volume S. I don't like... Have you tried the switches? The high impedance and low? Yeah, I'm looking at Orchestra 2 in here because I think JTIS... yeah. My mind... I mean, I already saw the graph anyway when I was watching the review, so... Yeah, looks like that one in there. Does he have the Harrier? Probably not yet. He does have the Harrier already. Kind of like the Harrier, yeah. That's what I thought too. I feel like the Harrier is going to be like very close to Crin's sound. Not quite, but is it the blue? Probably not the blue too, but nah, not the blue too. Yeah, I'm thinking the Harrier is gonna be very, very natural sounding. It's with a little bit of warmth. That's what I think. Yeah, I feel like the one with more bass sounds more natural. Yeah, it is really good, man. I know. The Volume S is really... it's special. When I first heard it, I didn't hesitate. I thought like this is an S rank. Which makes sense. you know, like, did you ever feel like the treble of the volume S is not enough? Have you ever felt that way? Because for me, I never thought that the treble was not enough. And my point being is you don't really need an elevated treble. You know, like, you don't need air in here to make the treble sound good. You just, and yeah, I mean, it's supposed to go down that way, and yeah, a little bit higher with the high impedance. It's bright tilted. And I think you're good. Like, you already have the volume S in here, and you're already in that stage. Um, Maybe the next thing to buy is just, I don't know, just wait for a very good or audition, because your next step in here is just go kilobuck and done. You're so close, man. You're so close to endgame. Yay! You're in this level here. Just wait for stuff to get cheaper. Dude, I will choose to listen to Volume S over the Cadenza 12 every day. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I think you're, yeah, what else do you need though? Like, if you like the Volume S, there's really nothing more. And I don't see, the thing is, I don't see an upgrade to that, but the RSV is actually also very good. That not the Mark II. So the sorry. Yeah, I mean the RSV Mark II is just a lot, has a lot of bass. It's basically just volume S but with more mid bass and sub bass. Really well done. But I think the original RSV is going to sound good. Let's try JTS in here. Yeah, almost. Yeah, there's a tuck though. I don't know. But it's more expensive. Maybe that's soft ears, dude. They know what they're doing. Yeah, I think it's an all VA. Yep, and yeah, that's probably that they know what they're doing. Portazo? Yeah, it's whoever graphed it. I haven't graphed it though. Oh, only HBB. I think, yeah, I saw a thumbnail about the Portazo. Ooh, okay. Looks like Dyna Quattro. Did he review the Dyna Quattro? He did not review the Dyna Quattro. Ooh, that's a lot of bass in there. That's how many? Almost 15 dB of bass with a dip at 6K, which will sound more bass. Coupler peak in here, some elevation, so V-shaped kind of sound. Yeah, I know. That's the thing, that all BH though, it's like pressure, a lot of pressure, so. Portazo should be like a budget set, right? Is it a single DD? Oh, it's not. 1 DD and 2 planar? That's interesting. 189? Wow. 15 dB of bass, but I don't did he was he able to capture that? Probably not. Yeah. I was able to capture the bass of the Australia because they said it's like 15 dB, right? And I was close to capturing that. Did they say 15? I think they said 15. And I captured that actually, 15 dB. Because for other people, I think they were not able to capture that even with. Did HBB capture that? Nah, see that? And then what's that? Portazo. Ooh, that's a lot. That's more a lot. Like, damn. This more than 15 dB. You know what? I like bass, but I think it really depends on what music you listen to. I feel like so I was listening, I was, getting my impressions on the RSV Mark II. And the RSV Mark II, look at that bass in there. Just monstrous. It is very good. Oh, man, it could be. It really depends. But for me, the bass, or it really depends on what on your library, man. Like, um, I get distracted with a lot of bass. Or maybe it's just because I'm a drummer and I feel like if the IM has too much bass, I feel like I'm always listening to the kick drum. Poop, poop, poop. I don't need that because I know the timing already, But it's like, you know, maybe it's just a drummer thing. It's like, for example, let me give you an analogy here. For example, you are a chef, like pizza. You like pizza. You work in the restaurant. You want pizza. You cook pizza. And when you go home, do you want to eat pizza? You know what I mean? That I feel that way with bassy IMs. I appreciate good quality bass, but because I'm a drummer, like another bass, like I'm. So maybe it's just my library. So I was listening to the RSV Mark II, and I was listening to Yoroshka, like Algernon. I think it was a track. It was really good opening sound until the bass and the kick drum hit. I was like, I was so distracted. Any best sub bass IM under 500 apart from the Deuce? You can try the Dyna Quattro. Dyna Quattro's bass is complete. It has sub and mid bass. Because I can only say from what I've heard. I've heard the Dyna Quattro. I've never heard other stuff. Have I heard the Deuce? I think I have. Yeah. Let me see though. Another bassy set. But the thing is, I don't really put the bassy sets in my recommendation here. So yeah, I can't really say. I mean, I like bass, but this could be nice. Like, you know. So I'm not really the reviewer to ask if you like bass. HBB is the one to ask. Um, yeah. Where's the Quattro? Wow, like that's monstrous, dude. Like the RSVs. It could be the EP321. It could be that one. The Da Vinci's bass is slow. Yeah, unfortunately, it's probably the driver that they're using. The the Da Vinci's tuning is not supposed to be it's slow. It's woolly. Um it's maybe just a DD in there. So the way I enjoy the Da Vinci with EQ, I reduce this area in here and it sounds really good. Yeah. So nah, it's not really for bass head. It's not tuned to be that way. So for uh I really like the Dyna Quattro though. But the thing about yeah, I don't know why HBB hasn't reviewed that. He's very picky now with I think he's very picky with companies that are doing customs. So Binary and Dunu, they like customing their drivers. I understand that. Um, I mean, but if I'm paying like $1,000, probably I should know what I'm, you know. But that's just the way the market works. So I think he's not reviewing stuff that are not transparent, and yeah, it's fine. It's his view, and maybe that's why he's not reviewing other stuff. But it would be nice though. Um, nice to compare. So yeah, Da Vinci is really not basehead. I feel like, yeah. What what sets the this one could be nice though, like the AP321. It looks like there's a lot of bass in there. I'm just really waiting for an actual graph. Composite two planar tweeters with that's interesting, yeah. All right. So far, I'm really like I'm listening to the. I'm not talking about the. But so far, I think the Yincrow X6 is a. It's a good balanced sound earphones. This is stream. This is what my stream was supposed to be about. It's the earbud in here, the Yincrow X6. It's nice, yeah. I'm probably gonna I don't know. Maybe this is gonna be my new sleeper earbud. So that my K64 can take some rest. But yeah, yeah. So next week I'm gonna have the Mega 7, Orchestra 2, and Hercules or something. Hercules Audio. don't remember what. Let me double check what. Hercules Audio Noah. Yeah, have you heard of it? Let me sniff some graphs in here. It's spoiled. It's okay. I don't think this is gonna change my. Or you know what? No, I'm not gonna look at it. I'm not gonna look at the graph. I'm gonna be surprised next week. So, what's an upgrade for S12 2024? Colored sound upgrade. Pilgrim? Yeah, I'd say Pilgrim. Or Rockies. Either Pilgrim or Rockies. Even the 242 can do. But I'd say Pilgrim or Rockies. Did I like it's I don't know. I'm gonna give it more time with the X6. I feel like my K64 still sounds more natural, but I feel like the X6 has more balance. Because looking at graphs, it's only Super Reviews has he's the only one who graphed the K64. So it's there you go. So looking at that, they're like the X6 is supposed to be warmer, but I don't hear that way. Maybe because the X6 treble is also well extended, but I'll give it time. Yeah, it's so far it's natural sounding. It's very close to the K64 in like how it renders instruments. So like I'm not hearing any timbral inaccuracies. Everything sounds good. But then again, maybe I'm just very biased to the K64 because I listen to the K64 every day, every night. So there's that. So it's like the very flat neutral sound, vocal forward. The X6 is it seems to have more balance. It's not as vocal forward as the K64, but it still retains everything to be like really natural sounding. And I'm saying this because I'm attaching this to this here. I'm monitoring my voice, so I can hear my voice even if I'm not doing this. But sometimes it's like I feel like no, it's yeah. There's really no change in my like I can yeah. It's very natural sounding still. Yeah. I can do that. I can do the X6. I don't have a lot, but I have the EB2S. That one is also very good actually. The EB2S. But I feel like the X6 has better value and just because and also the fit. But earbuds is really not for everyone. Not a lot of people can wear them because of just, but so far, the best earbuds that I have is because I have the Polar Night. I have the Apple, and I bought this. I just trust the brand so much that I had to buy. So I use my Apple when I'm making my videos. Just because of the cable and its sound, it's it's natural sounding. But yeah, I think I can do that. Yeah, I can, like maybe. But then again, I don't have a lot. I have the TGX Serratus, I have the Monks and the Iris, and I'm just afraid it's going to be a new rabbit hole. When I was in Japan, I started buying those earbuds and stuff, and I bought a solder, not a yeah. soldering kit because I was changing cables and I wanted to make my own earbud as well. So, dude, that this rabbit hole is also crazy. And some of the drivers on AliExpress, they're as expensive as IEMs. And I was like, no, I can't continue doing this. This is a different rabbit hole in here. But it's fun. It is really fun to. Yeah, I have a lot of earbuds because I find them to be more natural sounding than headphones. And I feel like if I have to choose between earbuds and headphones, I'd probably choose earbuds. Yeah. I mean, the headphones would sound good too, but I just don't find any use case with it. Especially, like I can't find any. It's hard to keep them somewhere. Like when you're walking, I mean, unless if you have, it's just very, it's not portable enough. With earbuds and IEMs, you can put them in your pocket and have. For me, earbuds has like a very the experience to having a headphone is very close when you're wearing earbuds. I have a lot of earbuds, yeah. And sometimes I prefer them over IEMs. Like say for example, the X6. This is probably I'd probably pick the X6 over like most of the IEMs in my sub $60. I'd probably listen to it more. Yeah. And this is like how much is like this is like $10. This is good. And yeah. I think that is it for the stream, guys. Yeah. I'll see you next week. I am doing the Mega 7 and other stuff. Or just ear. If not, if I'm not getting those stuff, then maybe the week after. But stay tuned for my review on the EPZ P50. This is a very, very nice set, man. I'm probably gonna end up buying one for myself. I'm gonna be looking for like this one in used market, or I don't know, or brand new or whatever. The YU9 Shue is nice, but the tonality is not for me. I feel like there are. I mean, it's a good set, and I it's a good set, but it's yeah. There for me there are better options around this price range. And the RSV Mark II, it's very good sounding. It has bass. Stay tuned for it, but I mean, like this is like $600, right? It's just too expensive. And it's a little bit hard to recommend because you have to have a specific. Why would you? I don't know. It has very good bass, but yeah. Yeah, have a great Sunday there, guys. Thank you so much for staying. Yeah. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.